Both Space Whippers and Guardians of the Galaxy have archetypal characters that share common characteristics. First of all, we have Kim Tae-ho and Peter Quill. Both are the male warriors that have innate capacity, but their characters are flawed due to traumatized past events that link to the loss of loved family members. And then we have Gamora and Captain Zhang, who are the stereotypical tough female villainess, physically attractive, are trained or technologically modified to be an assassin, and hold a strong will and motive to kill the antagonist. It's worth noting that both male and female warriors work hard to achieve their ambitions, but female warriors more often work for less selfish and less tangible rewards than traditional warriors. Male warriors work to earn personal glory as well as fame and wealth, while female warriors work to improve their surroundings or to eliminate some form of repression in their lives. Tiger Park and Drax, hyper-masculine characters who possess enormous physical strength and usually are the fighter of the group. Oftentimes, the loss of the wife or mother or both is a common motivator for male rage in Marvel films or in film in general. However, in Space Whippers, we know very little about the backstory of Tiger Park, other than that he's a former drug king who was sentenced to death before escaping the Earth. Meanwhile, Drax is filled with rage and bent on revenge, so that the loss of feminine characters is driven. But it's undeniable that these characters are pretty similar. And now we have Rocket, Groot, and Bugs. The quirky, non-human characters who save the team in critical moments. They have unique physical, mental, and emotional traits that can seldomly be discovered in real life. One thing that they all have in common is their undeniable likeness to human beings, serving as prime examples of how different species will inevitably come together for better or for worse. Hang on a second. Am I saying that Space Whippers is a copycat of Guardians of the Galaxy? No, I'm actually not. This is Olivia Khong from Cinetrain, and today I want to talk about the reasons why I think Space Whippers is not a Korean version of Guardians of the Galaxy. Do these movies share things in common? Yes, of course, because they are from the same subgenre of the science fiction genre, which is space opera. But does it mean that Space Whippers copy Guardians of the Galaxy? Well, I'll leave the answer up to you after you watch this video. So why do they hold certain things in common? Genre conventions is the answer for you. Genre conventions are story elements such as archetypes, formulas, or structures common to specific genres. Why is it important to keep genre conventions? For example, when a moviegoer goes to see a rom-com movie, they do not expect to see jump scare. Yeah, you get what I mean. So what are the conventions for the space opera subgenre? Wilson Tucker, an American science fiction writer, a prominent critic who coined the term space opera, stated back in 1941 that for the hacky, grinding, stinking, outworn spaceship yarn, or world-saving for that matter, we offer space opera. Okay, that doesn't sound good, but I guess it holds certain truths to some extent. The word yarn emphasizes that this genre is made up of exciting adventure tales that take place in space. Usually, space opera stories universally focus on world-saving with epic battles between the heroic individuals and indestructible villains bent on the destruction of planets or the enslavement or genocide of various species. The story of Space Whippers is basically about this genetically modified evil dictator James Sullivan, who plans to wipe out the humanity on Earth while draining its natural resources to build a utopia on Mars. And the battle with his genius adopted son, Kim Tae-ho, and the Victory crew members. Meanwhile, what's the story of Guardians of the Galaxy? It's basically a sequence of battles between the Guardians, Peter Quill, Gamora, Rocket, Groot, and Drax, against the antagonists such as Roman and Ego, who attempt genocide and mass killing. Here, I want to mention a little bit about how Space Whippers is more realistic than other space opera films. While most space opera films would portray the presence of alien species in those interplanetary and intergalactic adventures, there is none of that in Space Whippers. I think this has a lot to do with the current political circumstances. Space opera genre most of the times deals with social commentary. And in the past few years, the discourses about colonization of Mars have been paid massive attention in the media. I guess that's one reason. But it's worth noticing that Korean cinema has always been solely focusing on deep human emotions and connections, especially between family members in a realist way. In this case, the plot of Space Whippers basically revolves around the father and daughter relationship, Taeho and Suni, Hyunwoo and Kunni, where both fathers sacrifice everything they have to find their daughters. Wait, that kind of reminds me of... And with that being said, I'm not saying that Guardians of the Galaxy does not portray deep human emotion or family bonds. It's just that Guardians of the Galaxy demonstrates it through a more galactic planetary plot, which possibly makes the family complex more complicated. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 poses a challenge against the perception of blood ties. Ego, Quill's biological father, just wants to use him as a plan to terraform the new extension of himself. And he would kill Peter Quill if he fails to access the celestial power, just like he did with his other children. Meanwhile, Yondu, who is not related to Quill by blood, is the actual loving father figure. He sacrifices himself to save Quill in the vacuum of space. Okay, that's it for today. Have you guys had the answer for yourself? If you guys do, please let me know down in the comment section below. And see you guys next time. Goodbye!